Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ifoma Uzu. I'm a pharmacist with EHA Clinics. I want to welcome all of us to today's webinar. Very much anticipated webinar that we've been preparing for months. We are glad to have you around. We know that a lot of people are still trying to join, and welcome, and we believe that the knowledge that you're going to get today is going to be very impactful in your practice as a pharmacist and a healthcare provider. So, like I said, my name is Ifoma. I work with EHA Clinics. I'm a pharmacist. EHA Clinic is a primary healthcare provider. It's a primary healthcare center. Like most of us saw in the introductory video, EHA Clinics is currently present in 7 locations with the hope of expanding further. And the clinic is big on research and development and improving on the skills and competence of not just her staffs and members of the clinic, but everybody. Because when the healthcare system in Nigeria and in the world is threatened, then we can have a very robust universal health coverage. And one way to achieve that is to have a good primary healthcare system. Like one of our executives said, because the pressure on the tertiary and secondary healthcare system is because we don't have a very robust primary healthcare system. So EHA Clinics is trying to change the dynamics in the primary healthcare system of our country. And one of those ways to achieve that is to have people improve on the knowledge that they have and be able to apply such knowledge that are gained in practice. So today our webinar is focused on pharmacogenomics, how to apply it in practice for a unique, personalized patient outcome. So our resource person, the person that is going to take us on this webinar, is Dr. Isa Abdulmunu. Permit me to share my screen so I can have a brief introduction of him. So I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so Dr. Abdulmunu Isa is a pharmacist, is a lecturer, a researcher, and at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, that's UNN. He had his Bachelor's of Pharmacy degree from the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, his Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the University of Benin. He also holds a Master's of Pharmacy and Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He is a fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, and his specialty is on infectious diseases. He has been an employee at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, since 2016, and where he teaches both undergraduate and postgraduate students. Dr. Isa has, as a researcher that he has co-authored a lot of peer-reviewed original research articles in reputable journals. As of August 2023, that is this year, he has over 50 of such publications. He also has presented a lot of abstracts, over 20 at different conferences. So he also serves as an active reviewer to many journals, including the Journal of Clinical Pharmacy and Therapeutics, Journal of Pharmacy Practice, Value in Health Regional Issue, Pharmacy Education Journal, Journal of Pharmaceutical Health Services Research, +1, and a host of others. His research interests are health economics and outcome research. He also has a bias for HIV and AIDS science. From his specialty, he's a specialist on infectious disease sciences. So his is also a supply chain expert. You would agree with me that for you to be in pharmacy management, you also have to have a lot of experience on supply chain. So is a certified international supply chain education alliance, and he's a teacher. Apart from being a lecturer, you know, in our country, there's a difference between a lecturer and a teacher. So in addition to being a lecturer, he's also a teacher. So I would want us to welcome Dr. Abdulmumin Issa as he takes us on this presentation and passes his knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ufoma. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please, go ahead, sir.
And thank you, Ufoma, for the invitation. I also thank EHA Clinics for finding me worthy to come for this presentation. My name is Abdulmumin Issa. My first name is Abdulmumin actually, but because some people cannot pronounce it, they call Issa. Why I'm saying so is that I would like us to be on a personal, first name discussion level tonight. So we'll be calling our names individually. Therefore, I will just be going through the participant list and be inviting people to make comments. So please try to remember how your names or how your devices are named so that once I call your name, you'll be able to come in and contribute. Tonight, we are going to talk about a science that is similarly new to some people, but a science that has been in existence for some times now, but it has not been very common in our climes, most especially because of the cost. Another thing that we're going to mention as the challenges to the deployment of pharmacogenomics in Nigeria and other low and middle income countries. We'll start by having a background assessment of what we all think pharmacogenomics is, so that we know where we are starting from and where to move forward to. So I'll be calling names and asking that you should please make contributions to the explanation of what you think pharmacogenomics is all about. So can we get Ernest to tell us what he knows about pharmacogenomics? Ernest Wanchi, are you there? If I hope the participants can unmute themselves.
Yeah, let me unmute him. Let me unmute him if he's finding it difficult to unmute himself.
Okay. Let Ernest tell us what he understands by pharmacogenomics. While doing that, you can also try iChat.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ernest.
All right, my name is Ernest Wanchi, a pharmacist. So pharmacogenomics, I believe pharmacogenomics is also known as personalized medicine. So it's an individualized treatment. I don't know, that's how I understand pharmacogenomics. It's a personalized treatment based on the genetic makeup of the patient.
All right. Okay, Aisha, can we hear from you? What you think pharmacogenomics is all about? Yeah. Aisha is not picking. I can see Chidima. Mbakama, can you tell us what pharmacogenomics is all about? We're going to have an interactive session. Yes, I'm the presenter and I'm going to say all those things that we need to hear, but I would like us to make contributions to the presentation. Okay, Malak, please go ahead and tell us what you think pharmacogenomics is all about.
Yeah, Pharmacogenomics, to my understanding, is the study of how a person's genes affects how he or she responds to medications, like drug response, the role of genomics in drug response.
Okay, the role of genes in drug response. So we've had two key descriptions. We've had the description of it being personalized medicine. We've also had the aspect of using the genetic makeup of an individual to determine the routes of responses to medications. All right. In this presentation, we shall be following this 5-point guideline, outline. We'll give a word of introduction, trying to define and mention the importances of pharmacogenomics in healthcare services. Thereafter, we'll mention the clinical applications of pharmacogenomics, what's being used currently to do based on the genetic makeup of individuals. Then we shall look at a prediction. Today, we're in the world of AI and machine learning. People use artificial intelligence to do whatever they want to do now. About 2 days ago, I saw the formula for an Excel prompt that somebody got from ChatGPT. So we'll talk about the role of AI and machine learning. Then we'll end with just one case study that shows the application of pharmacogenomics in determining drug deployment in treating a patient that is failing a medication, a treatment, and at the same time expressing serious adverse effects to a particular drug. So that will be the outline of our presentation this evening. In our practice as healthcare professionals, as clinicians, we are often interested in maximizing treatment outcomes to our patients. We seek to provide treatments to the patient in such a way that they spend less time in being sick, away from work, away from friends and families, that will overall have effect and impact on the entire society, starting from the family to the economy of a country or a nation. To do that, as clinicians, we look at the clinical outcomes of treatment, where we think of the resolution of symptoms. We think about improvement in symptoms and signs that the patient came to the hospital with. We are concerned with the satisfaction of the patient, that a patient that is afraid of a particular medication is given the treatment that he or she wants. And at the end of the treatment cycle, he'll be satisfied and will want to recommend the clinicians, the team of the healthcare professional that attended to him or her,